It was revealed yesterday by Jaden himself that his mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, was the one who introduced psychedelics to their entire family. Now, if you think that's weird, wait till you hear Jada's reaction to it all. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and say what you will about Jada Pinkett Smith, man, she's got her own mothering style. Not one I would probably do, but let's break down the story, shall we? All right, so yesterday, Jaden Smith was at this psychedelic conference. Now I got to be careful of what how I say it here, but the Psychedelic Science Conference in Denver. 24-year-old rapper was there. I think it was my mom, actually, that was really the first one to make that step for the family, to take that step to introduce psychedelics. I got to be careful. You know what they are, man. Those magic, veggies and things. Plant medicine is what it's called. Yeah, well, she's the one who introduced it to her own children. Interesting, Jada. Okay, well, this is what came out, and everybody freaked out, myself included. I was like, what? I mean, this kind of makes so much sense when you see Jaden. Seems like a smart kid. I wish him the best. Talented family he's from. But my goodness, this kid's just grown way too fast. And I do think it's Jada's responsibility. All the things they've just bestowed upon this family. Why is he wearing leather gloves? Anyway, whatever. Yes, it was a mother who apparently introduced him to it. Now, Jaden has talked about this before. It was just her for a really, really long time. And then eventually it just trickled and evolved, and everybody found it in their own ways. So Jada was there. The mom was always there talking about how important it was to do psychedelics, illegal, psychedelics. And eventually the whole family just got on the board with her, and they joined her, and they all had family trips together, tripping out. Why do you keep sharing so much? Why does she share so damn much? Well, yes, that was it. And I guess Willow, all of them, they've all gotten involved. Will Smith has talked about his ayahuasca experiences, etc. And look, I'm not, some super conservative person. Like, I do believe there are instances where this stuff can be mind-opening, mind-altering, mind-blowing. I do believe under the right circumstances with professionals done safely, yes, you can have those moments, but it also can go completely wrong. We've seen really bad things happen. Concerts where people were, rat-a-tat-tatted because people were on these psychedelics. It is a dangerous thing to set. Not everyone can do it, and not everybody has the professionals and the experience and the Smith family around and their assets and resources to go have these type of trippy experiences to go find themselves. Now, Jada has reacted, and I want to get there, but before I do, let's play a clip. This is from a year ago where Jaden came on the Red Table Talk because he wanted to talk about a certain kind of mushroom.
Was always in my head telling me what I was and what I wasn't, and for the first time I had like a ego dissolution where I was like, that was the moment that really changed me. You get to a place in your life where you're blocked by something, whether it's a trauma, whether it's your emotions, your ego, not being able to express yourself. And then I feel like psychedelics are a way to tear down that wall and see what's beyond it. Doing it guided with people that are professionals, I feel like really increases the chances of having that mystical experience.
Tell me you're entitled without telling me you're entitled. That's how you do it. My goodness, the Smith family trips are a whole nother thing. And it's fascinating because you can tell the grandmother's there's so many episodes where she's sitting there and she's like, Jada's all like, yeah, you tell him everything. And grandma's just like, okay. I'm getting serious vibes from her in this one, watching their son talking about doing illegal substances and how mind-altering and the lack of ego and da-da-da-da. And sure, he clearly had a good trip. I must add really good stuff because they could afford it back then before Smith did that, Slapgate. Am I crazy or is this weird? It's weird. Like, regardless of my stance on it, and could there be instances where this is actually helpful and can make you, less depressed? I do believe there are cases where that I'm sure can happen. But is it also massively dangerous? Hells yes. Hells yes. So all this was all over the news yesterday, and everyone was talking about it. And so, of course, Jada responded. She reacted to her friendly publication over at People, as we've learned. People's where she goes to. She clearly has sources over there. And so here's Jada's response. after Jaden said, yeah, she was the one who did it. Well, did she really introduce her son and her entire family? You'll get your answer when the actress's upcoming memoir, Worthy, is released on October 17th. Oh, gross. So she's using this whole thing to promote her book. Oh, oh, God. It all gets answered in the book, Pinkett Smith exclusively tells People when asked about the son's claim. In addition, Pinkett Smith promises everything you've ever wondered about her family will be covered, as if you haven't already covered it all in the table talk. I think people have made a lot of assumptions, and you know what? Rightfully so. I have to take ownership of that in regards to the narrative that I've participated in, the falsehoods about myself. In the book, I really explain all that extensively. As for her own use, she's admitted to it, back then, struggled with depression. And the thing about the plant medicine is it helps you feel better, but also solves problems of how you got there in the first place. The Queen Cleopatra narrator went on to say she had been introduced to plant medicine a decade prior and practice knocked depression out of her. The same episode, her mother, Adrienne, said she considered taking the plant-based psychedelic ayahuasca to combat deep-level self-esteem issues I have. Doesn't seem to be anything that my parents did or didn't do for me. I just feel like I was born that way, but it keeps me from moving forward in parts of my life. And that was one time I considered doing it, but she clearly didn't. That's just this block that I cannot figure out. I just can't figure out how or why. As for his use, Jaden says that the psychedelics helped him discover love and empathy for his family, particularly his siblings. Siblings can argue so much and fight so much, and Lord knows me and my siblings have done so much of that in the past. Performer said, but the level of love and empathy that I can feel for them inside of these psychedelic experiences and outside of the experiences has been something that's profound and beautiful. His claims are backed up in a 2017 study by the International Journal of I can't say that word, which found that in some mushrooms significantly increased emotional empathy. Now, look, I'm not going to doubt this, but I'm also not a doctor, nor is he, and I don't think we should be taking any medical advice from Jaden Damn Smith. No, sorry, dude. You're the last person I'm taking advice from medically. Just because you got rich family that can pay for your psychedelic experience in your weird house, yeah, it doesn't mean the rest of the world should too. Just because you have such good stuff that you're able to see past your ego to answer the questions of your life doesn't mean it's going to be good for me, you, or, the next person. This family is crazy. This family is nuts. Will, I love you, Will. I don't want to be talking about your lady like this. I'd like to keep her name out of my mouth. But what is she doing? Oh, and don't worry, guys. Future table talks coming. Oh, it's definitely coming back. She shared another exclusive quote to now. Remember, the show got canceled by Facebook. Facebook's only hit show, and they're like, we're done with this drama. And so now she's saying, well, we've had a couple platforms reach out. We've had some interesting avenues. I'm always looking for the next innovation. Actually, there's one idea in mind that I'm excited about. Probably will be happening closer to the release of the book. Of course, we got some real interesting stuff happening with RTT. I'm excited about that journey as well. So yeah, so many people feel because of my talk show that they know my journey, and they really don't. There's been so much about my journey that I haven't been able to share on a format like Red Table Talk. On a format where I talk for hours on end every week, that's just not enough of a format. The book will really cover everything. My God, girl, you just can't stop talking about yourself. It's a very Meghan Markle syndrome. Jeez. So yay, Will's just going to finally break himself back in. He's shooting bad boys. He's finally inching back in there. And then guess what, guys? Get ready for it. Worthy's going to come in and drop it and cause all the drama. Come right back just in time for a new version of Red Table Talk. Oh, Jada, you're really looking out for your family. Good job, Jada. Just keep the psychedelics brewing and keep them all happy. And you keep being you, girl. My goodness. Please, if you want to help the channel here, hit that subscribe button or the join. You become a member too. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that like button. You can also hit those 3 little dots and leave us super thanks. That actually helps a lot. It supports the channel. And yeah, I look for those and always engage with them if I see them. So thanks to everybody who supports. We'll be live later today to talk about some Harry Meg news and more. What do you think about this one? I want to hear your thoughts down below. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet. And am I crazy or are these Smiths crazy? Tell me what you think.